Griffith Piney Park Museum and GRAPA, the Griffith and Regional Association of the Performing Arts, would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians and first storytellers of the land on which we live, work and perform. We pay our respect to elders past, present and emerging, and we extend that respect to all Indigenous people on the airwaves today. Vintage Voices. Tune into Griffith's History, a radio play series by Griffith Piney Park Museum and GRAPA. There was a time when the wireless was king. The family ritual of gathering around the radio set was at the heart of households, tuning into their favourite stories or news from beyond their communities. Vintage Voices is the resurrection of this ritual, telling tales based on the real histories of Griffith through the nostalgic radio play.
Kindly forward to the experimental farms. During a time before text messages and telephone calls, long-distance lovers would wait patiently for their sweetheart's tender words to be delivered by post. Some of these letters have survived the strain of time, the yellowing leaves preserving cherished memories in paper form. In 1920, a young returned soldier would come to the new Murrumbidgee irrigation area with everything before him, but his heart would remain in England. Red Cross nurse Elsie Martin had cared for Sergeant Leslie Dickens after he was wounded in France, and now she was preparing to come out to Australia and marry her soldier sweetheart.
Mr. Leslie Dickens, Darling Point, Sydney, Australia. Kindly forward to the Experimental Farms, Yenda. Thursday, October 20th, 1920, Ashford. Les, my darling, it's no good pretending I'm in a letter-writing mood this morning, because I'm not. Letters are too poor a substitute for the perfect, tangible love that we have missed lately. Darling heart, I'm very relieved that you don't think I need to learn bread making or milking. The latter I detest, the former I don't know where to learn. I'm an awfully useless person, aren't I? Indoor pursuits I like on the whole. Outdoor ones, such as sports and nature, from the onlooker's point of view, I love. But when it comes to gardening or anything to do with animals, well, I detest it. Guess I'm very different from you there, Les. Well, as long as you realise I'm much more an indoor girl than an outdoor girl, you won't be disappointed. Yes, Les, darling, we'll always want to keep abreast of the times. Realise the big movements going around. But we'll find our chief joys, I think, in the old music and English literature up to the 20th century. There is an awful lot that I want to delve into with you, dearest. And if you have a piano, heaps of music. You'll have to sing, sweetheart, and I'll just love listening to you and playing your accompaniments. Oh, won't we have lovely evenings and weekends, dearest? Perhaps this time next year. Think of it. Even when the official honeymoon is over, darling, I shan't be a bit sad, because the rest of our married life will be just the same loving sweethearts. Why, I'll adore you if we get the length of a golden wedding, dearest. I know it'll be just glorious when I only have to call you or walk to the orchard to assure myself you are safe and well. I'll often be doing it, darlingest, and I hope you won't say, "Go away, Elsie, I'm busy." But instead, "Elsie, come here and I'll kiss you." Which will it be, sweetheart? I wish that I'd had even the slightest inkling, in your old Brook War hospital days, that my visits and letters were the only things you really looked forward to. Had I known, dearest, why, you wouldn't have been lonely any longer. That's the sad part of life, the things we miss doing unthinkingly. When I look back on my BAD and canteen days, and the hospital visiting I did in 1916, why, I can think of so many times when I could have been more a pal, less severe to all the lonely boys I came across. Anyway, doesn't do much good looking back. I did fail you in those days. Forgive me, dearest. God grant I may be all you want in the years to come. I hope you're really happy and well, and that this letter will make you more so. Not worry you a weary bit. Though part of it is serious, it surely need not, sweetheart. For it comes from, and with all the love of your adoring pal, sweetheart, and future wife, Elsie.
Kindly Forward to the Experimental Farms was adapted from original material and directed by Bonnie Owen. Produced by Bonnie Owen and Griffith Piney Park Museum. Edited by Aaron Grugan. Original music by Catherine Innes. Selected sound effects courtesy of Charles Sturt University Sound Files. Kindly Forward to the Experimental Farms featured the voice talents of Maggie Bell and Brette Morton.